now standing in front of her. I think Reese was gesturing towards Hayes, and maybe the official thought it was to.
No, I think. Angel Reese was just tossed.
Well, there's her first.
So then she got out there. The social media meltdown commenced. Unbelievable. Right here. I mean, seriously. Happy Black History Month. Y'all know I had to be the...
Angel Reese believed she could make a cunning play by slapping the ball and tripping Tiffany Hayes in the process. But did she really think no one would notice?
The rollout. How about Rose holding McBride just 5 points? Reese claps her hands and reaches in with the puck.
Reese's move wasn't just a straightforward defensive move. It was a moment that had everyone talking. Was it deliberate or just a bad accident? Either way, the response was quick, igniting discussions on social media and among analysts, some of whom defended Reese by claiming that basketball is a physical game. Did she really think she could get away with it unnoticed when people criticized her for her sportsmanship in a league where every action is being watched?
Now, Angel Reese did come out and say last year she was more than happy to play the villain role. Did she not? Oh, wait a minute now. You're the victim? Well, you wanted to own this. So she came out, made it about race, and got...
However, things became even more absurd. At this point, rather than just acknowledging the obvious transgression and continuing, Reese decided to put on a full-fledged performance. As soon as the whistle blew, she whirled around, her eyes wide with shock, as though she had been the victim of some grand injustice. With her arms flailing and her voice up, she begged the referees to believe that she was somehow wronged. It wasn't a brief protest. Rather, it was a full-scale theatrical performance. She stomped, made wildly erratic gestures, and even threw up her hands in frustration, acting as though she were a martyr standing up for basketball players everywhere.
Pretty quickly, the players are super competitive, and at times that competitiveness makes them become...
Yeah, why do coaches always say that everything happens super quick? Oh, damn well you saw that shot all the way through.
I understood her frustration completely. She'll just, she'll grow from that in terms of keeping her composure, because she had 15 rebounds. Who's to say she wouldn't have been able to do that in the second half and then end up having 25 to 30 rebounds? So my conversation was just, I just wanted clarity around, what she said, just so that I could have a conversation with her after the game about it. But still a super young player.
It was a moment that demonstrated that no amount of theatrics could overshadow a clear foul, no matter how much someone tried to act their way out of it. The referees weren't buying it. They saw through the exaggerated reactions and stuck to the rule book. No amount of screaming, yelling, or dramatic hand gestures could undo what had just happened. The call had been made, and there was no going back. Despite her frantic attempts to persuade the officials, she's been strutting around the court like a basketball diva, throwing elbows like she's in a WWE match, and complaining like a customer who didn't get enough fries in their order. Let's be honest, she's been given more free passes than a VIP at an exclusive nightclub. But this time, the basketball gods had had enough, and justice was served with a swift ejection. Angel Reese is finally getting ejected.
Choke someone, or as long as someone doesn't punch another person, you don't choke them. There's got to be rules like that. Like, to choke someone in a rival, you should have had to punch another player, or... Yeah, that's about it. That's the only thing. Punching another player, pretty much, would should be the only thing that really deems is ejection worthy. But no, Angel Reese trash talking Tiffany Hayes got her chucked.
And if you've ever watched Angel Reese play, you already know that every game revolves around her as if she is the face of women's basketball. Forget teamwork. Forget strategy. This is the Angel Reese experience, and everyone else is just background noise. When things didn't go her way, she didn't just accept it and move on like a professional. Oh no, that would be too easy. Instead, we got the entire Broadway production complete with exaggerated arm movements, pacing, and passionately arguing with the referees as if she could somehow persuade them they had made a terrible mistake merely to garner attention.
She literally got ejected and threw a fit, a temper tantrum like a 2-year-old, threw a fit on social media, and then says, I can't wait to get back to Chicago, man. Oh, man. It's crazy. It really is.
At one point, it seemed more like she was trying out for an Oscar than playing basketball because of the extravagant size and the exaggerated reactions. If she had won a Sports Meltdown Award for Best Performance, she would have taken home the trophy. But the referees weren't having it and gave her the ejection she so richly deserved. For once, the game could continue without the Angel Reese antics, and perhaps even basketball became a little more subdued that day.
Alright, I thought this was pretty funny. Angel Reese got ejected tonight from the unrivaled basketball game, and then here she is, just, sneaking her way back in on the sidelines.
This is a textbook after all. Angel Reese complains when a call doesn't go her way, throws herself into the spotlight when a game doesn't revolve around her, and then plays the victim when everything blows up in her face. It's really exhausting at this point, and she was out there looking like an air traffic controller attempting to direct a plane in for landing. Yes, we've seen this before. It's classic Reese. Some players go on after receiving a poor call on the chin, while others express some annoyance before locking back in. But Angel, oh no, she's making it a whole performance. There on the Court is a one-woman Broadway production of Oscar-worthy dramatics.
Damn, somebody said, why are they playing in the bubble? Same thing I said, man. I can't watch Unrivaled, bro. Like, it definitely looked like bubble basketball. Somebody said Tiffany Hayes doesn't seem to like her. Yeah, Tiffany Hayes threw her hands up, pointed to the referee like, get her the hell out of here, bro. She ain't trying to deal with Angel.
The only things that were missing were slow motion replay and background music, but this time the referees really had enough and hit her with a technical. In all honesty, there's a fine line between expressing emotion and making a bad call. And when Reese crossed it, the referees finally said, yeah, no, we're not doing this today. And let's be honest, yelling at a referee has never once reversed a call in the history of sports. It's like trying to argue with your GPS after it has already rerouted you. You just have to accept it and move on before you end up even more lost.
I actually am defending Angel Reese. I think that was a soft-ass call. First of all those fans came out there, all 322 fans came out there to watch Angel Reese, right? Spent their hard-earned money. And you know what? I'll be so mad. I flew all the way to Miami, took a rental car to Medley to find out Dinky Arena and watch Angel Reese get kicked out in the second quarter. And that was a soft-ass call, by the way. That was some bull.
Now that Angel Reese was removed from the game, most people expected that everything would fall apart, which made reasonable. This is where things start to get really interesting. Without her, many would have expected the team to falter, lose steam, and struggle to keep up. But amazingly, that wasn't the case at all. What happened on the court stunned everyone watching rather than causing them to collapse. She carries herself as the team's heart, the inspiration, and the driving force behind their success. The team finally clicked under pressure, playing with precision and unity as they shared the ball with ease, creating open looks and taking advantage of scoring opportunities. They also discovered a new rhythm, played with greater intensity, and displayed an unexpected resilience that left fans and analysts in disbelief. With Reese out of the picture, the Rose unleashed an unstoppable performance, showcasing some of their finest basketball to date. Every possession was played with purpose. Every shot was taken with confidence, and there were no typical distractions. The players performed like a well-oiled machine, demonstrating their full ability.
She gets ejected, only plays 7 minutes, and her team wins. I mean, how does that happen? She had 15 rebounds. It just so happened she had 5 offensive ones and she missed 5 shots. I'm just throwing that out there. But wow. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why that happens, but the less she plays, the more successful her teams are.
And a statement as the ultimate result, victory 83-69 was a resounding victory that dispelled any doubt about their ability to dominate. They didn't just win, they dominated the game from beginning to end. There was no drama or needless distractions, just pure focused basketball. It was clear that this wasn't just another game. Rather, it was a reminder that discipline, teamwork, and a shared commitment to success could turn a squad into something greater than the sum of its parts. And they accomplished it all without Angel Reese. That must have hurt. It's almost as though she wasn't the reason for their success in the first place.
Hi, Team Rose. Okay, let me just let y'all in on a little secret. Only the baddies can get in Team Rose. You gotta get in the villa. Baddies Club Villa. You gotta be able to get in the villa. The baddest, the flyest, hoopers, set records. We play defense.
People have been comparing Angel Reese to Caitlin Clark as though they are on the same level. But let's face it, the numbers don't lie. Every time Caitlin Clark takes the court, people pay attention because she is breaking records, improving women's basketball, and repeatedly demonstrating that she is superior. In contrast, Angel Reese doesn't attract the same level of attention or have the same impact on the game as Caitlin. And to be honest, I doubt that she will ever meet Caitlin. Caitlin Clark in any manner. Caitlin Clark's mere presence elevates every game to a spectacle. People don't just watch Caitlin Clark. They must watch her because she makes every game come to life and makes their ticket price worthwhile. The excitement isn't just driven by the media. It's supported by statistics, fan interaction, and undeniable skill. Without her, it would be like Silent Night, dull and forgettable.
Ticket sales, and we've talked viewership. Now let's talk about regular season viewership, not draft viewership. Regular season viewership, it grew by 20% in 2023. It's grown by 180% now, which means it would take another 5 or 6 years to do what Caitlin Clark has done. So between draft day viewership, which is up 400% to 40%, between ticket sales, which is up 93% to 16%, between regular game viewership, which is up 180% to 20%,